The next train at platform 5 is 1546. Please and search.
Birthdays are strange. Am I where I thought I'd be by now? Did I become who I promised myself I would? How long do I have before it's acceptable to achieve all the things I want? Sure, some may argue they're just another day, and that only the number has changed. But allow me to disagree. What about all these questions? Questions I just can't seem to get rid of. However happy I think I am. Birthdays have a way of holding up a mirror you didn't ask for, reflecting not just who you are, but who you're not. Yet. They remind you of dreams you delayed, versions of yourself that existed briefly before life taught you how to settle. But that's a pessimistic point of view, and not what we're here for. So let's look at it the other way. What if a birthday isn't proof that time is running out? What if it's proof that you survived another year? Proof of becoming. Another year of learning what hurts, what heals, what matters. To you at least. And what doesn't deserve to follow you forward. The candles represent moments. Growth doesn't always look like happiness, but it always looks like change. And I think I'm starting to like change. Or let me rephrase this a bit. I like movement, moving forward, building momentum. And if change is what's needed for all of these, oh well, so be it then. Enough with the philosophical reflections for now, at least. We'll catch up with them later. For now, let's move on to the most important part of any birthday. The moment you've been planning for, the big thing, you know, the one that doesn't normally happen in everyday life. And for us, this was it. A private dinner in our own little castle for the night. Okay, fine, it was a manor, but who can tell the difference anyway? A perfectly curated 3-course meal and the perfect company to go along with it. 6 is my least favorite number, but even I have to admit that 6 people were more than enough to make this night feel exactly as I had imagined it. Grand but intimate. Stories shared with friends that made sure to clear their schedule to celebrate us. Given that time is the most precious resource in this life due to its definite but undefined expiration date, clearing your time for the sole purpose of celebrating someone else should be the highest form of compliment. So how could we not feel like princesses in this room? And what more can 2 wannabe princesses do than to wish upon a star for their dreams to come true? And so wish we did. And we blew all our candles like the likelihood of our wishes coming true depended on it. Or at least we tried. I had to help Cynthia a bit, but I guess that's what twins are for. And so the night continued with my favorite kind of food. The one that involves sugar, pistachio, strawberry, chocolate. Everything was on the menu, and the night kept getting better. Of course, we can't forget about the cakes, although I can't say there was enough room left. Cutting those cakes felt like our first challenge of our 25th year. 3 layers of dense cake, and a knife that felt like a ceremonial sword, crowning said cake. But alas, we managed. First challenge passed. Makes for a promising start. I'll take it. Welcome to the Golfing Chronicles. In case you can't tell by now, this was the first time any of us had ever played golf. To properly describe how clueless we were, I should mention that we forgot to buy balls the first time we went out onto the course and had to go back to the shop. The poor guy working at the equipment hire was so concerned that he came out in his golf cart just to show us how to play. But enough about the silliness. With time running against us, the rain starting to drizzle, and only 2 hours of sunlight left, we decided to move on to the main course. Things were getting serious. Not even the UK weather was enough to stop us now. We were committed, and the goal was simple: get the ball in the hole with as few tries as possible. Or so we thought. Apparently there's no such thing as simple when it comes to golf. Sure, it looks simple enough. Just hit the ball with the club and you're good to go. Wrong. First of all, the golf clubs are not all the same. Turns out there's 4 kinds. Drivers are for long-distance shots off the tee, irons are for mid-range shots, wedges are for short, and putters are for rolling the ball into the hole. But even if you somehow manage to retain all of this information your first time around, there are bigger problems ahead. And what's that, you may ask? Hitting the ball in the first place. That goddamn thing just lies there, staring at you. almost mocking you with how simple it looks, and how absolutely not simple it is. When I tell you I've never been worse at something I actively tried to be good at, I'm not lying. So naturally, I reverted to filming. The boys were starting to get the hang of it, and things were beginning to feel exciting again. After finishing our first, and what turned out to be our only round, we made up our own game, as one naturally does when is not satisfied with the rules laid in front of him. What was our new game? You'll be shocked by the originality and complexity of the idea. Hit the ball with as much force as you can, as far as you can. How original, I know, but I have to admit it was kind of fun. So, with our new game in play and the UK cold now coming at us at full force, we enjoyed the 20 minutes of sunlight we had left. And somewhere between missed shots and muddy shoes, I realized it was never really about the golf. It was about showing up clueless, laughing through the frustration, and letting the moment be enough. Because sometimes, meaning isn't found in getting the ball in the hole, it's found in swinging anyway, even when the light is fading. And if life really is just one long course with no instruction manual, then maybe the goal isn't to play it perfectly, just to remember to bring the balls next time.
Is that a chicken?
At first, people refuse to believe that a strange new thing can be done. Then they begin to hope it can be done. Then they see it can be done. Then it is done. And all the world wonders why it was not done centuries ago. One of my favorite quotes from The Secret Garden, a book I used to read every night before going to bed, and an idea that, now that I think of it, must have planted itself silently in the back of my consciousness. An idea simple enough to sound like it always belonged there, but an obsession confirming it didn't. It was planted as a seed, growing, unnoticed in the background, eventually rooting itself so deep in my subconscious that removing it would mean the collapse of the essence of my identity. 4 words. A strange new thing. 4 words that, on their own, look perfectly innocent, but put together create a belief capable of building you, or crashing you to your core. A belief that you are destined to create a strange new thing. A thing that changes the world, like the garden changed Mary. Your own secret garden, if you will. A strange new thing you will tend to care for and remain curious about until it not only starts to heal you, providing you with the one thing that will finally give meaning to this otherwise meaningless existence. Purpose. But also heals others, connecting you through a cause greater than yourself. So going back to our first chapter's reflection, yes, birthdays bring up a lot of questions. But the most important one for me is, what is my strange new thing? And maybe, just maybe, this year I'm starting to get an idea. Birthday brunches are funny. Or I don't know if funny is the correct word. It's morning, but not really. There's something symbolic about celebrating a birthday in daylight. No hiding behind dim lights or loud music. Just sunlight, or in our case, rainy skies, coffee cups, and people looking at you like this moment means something. And it does, because brunch doesn't rush. It forces you to sit, to talk, to let the year catch up with you while your eggs get cold. You laugh about memories that feel closer than they should. Make plans you don't fully believe yet, and quietly measure yourself against who you were the last time you sat at a table like this. And for us, that was exactly a year ago in our birthday. Same place, same table, same food. But birthday brunches aren't about the food. They're about presence. There's something hopeful about that. About starting a new year of your life with empty plates and full conversations. And maybe that's the point. Before the cake, before the candles, before the expectations, you begin with nourishment. Not just for the body, but for the version of you that's still becoming. Because if you're going to grow older anyway, you might as well start the year fed, surrounded, and slightly over-caffeinated. Finally, a bit of Christmas magic, the time of year we wait 365 days for. and yet somehow it never disappoints. And what better way to celebrate the holiday spirit than a visit to the Christmas market? A place filled with enough food to stuff your face, in the hopeful attempt of forgetting that it's 0 degrees, and you haven't felt your nose for the past 15 minutes. There's steam rising from cups of mulled wine, laughter tangled in the cold air, and a comforting sense that for a moment, nothing else matters. Christmas markets are a peculiar place to be, because you always know exactly what to expect. Twinkling lights, red and white decorations, wooden stalls, and yet, every single time, it feels like you're seeing it all for the very first time. There's a childlike wonder in wandering from stall to stall, discovering trays of sugary treats and handmade trinkets, letting yourself believe, just for a while, that magic might actually be real.
Or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world.
Somewhere between the lights and the music, time slows down. Conversations stretch longer, smiles linger, and even the cold feels softer when you're wrapped in scarves and shared moments. It's in these small pauses that you remember why this season matters. Not for the gifts, but for the feeling of being present, together, and unhurried. And then there's the ice rink. Friends lacing up skates with cold fingers and misplaced confidence, holding on to each other for balance, laughing through every near fall, circling the ice beneath glowing lights. You realize that friendship is a lot like skating, awkward at first, held together by trust, but somehow beautiful once you find your rhythm. And in that moment, gliding forward together, it feels like this is what Christmas was meant to be, because maybe the magic of Christmas isn't something you find. It's something you notice. It lives in shared laughter, numb fingers, and the quiet joy of simply being there. And if you're lucky enough to feel that, even briefly, maybe that's enough to carry you through the rest of the year.
Because Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming.